Well, cool, man. I'm dying to get into this IPA. I know, like I mentioned to you before, you know, you guys sent this out to us maybe a week and a half ago, and we've been jonesing for it. There's been a couple nights where we're like, we want to get into this, and we can't. So we didn't want to just have an empty bottle.
We were developing this beer when I was kind of interning here, and I'll tell you what, I didn't have as much influence on, you know, the recipe at the time, but I certainly did have a lot of influence on how I thought it tasted. I drank a ton of it when we were working on pilot batches. It was fun to see the progression of this beer.
Nice.
So I got another matching glass for you guys too, just to.
Oh, nice.
Well, I have my own pub glass, so yeah, it's got my name on it. I don't have a brewery, but that's okay. All right, so it's a nice. It's not too hazy. It's actually it's got a little bit of clarity to it, but it's still got a little bit of that hop haze. It's got, once again, a nice head to it. Really,
it's got a really good, really good smell.
Oh my God, yeah, you're right. Okay, this sounds stupid. You definitely smell the hops. Yeah, I get it. Really, Captain Obvious as far as beer reviews go. Yeah, you definitely smell the hops, but you get right in the smell. It's citrus.
I'm getting a mix of the citrus and the pininess.
Yeah,
from almost like a blend once again.
We use 7 varieties of hops in this beer. It's hopped at a rate of 3.5 pounds of hops per barrel. So
all right,
no shortage of hops in this beer.
Well, let's get after it.
Yeah, fuck it. Quit talking about it.
Got it.
Cheers.
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 Yeah, I like that beer.
Yeah, you know, interview's over. That was fantastic. That's
thanks. Send some more.
Yes. Start distributing to Georgia. Well,
yeah, seriously.
Let's get into that right now. You were primarily doing maybe middle of the country.
Yeah, it
right?
looks like just Midwest.
Yeah, Rocky Mountain region. We're in 9 states. We're actually releasing it into Idaho as of Monday.
Okay.
Of your 10th state. Cool. And we do a small distribution in the UK, just kind of for fun.
Okay. Is there any plans of you know, going to the east, or maybe just shipping to my house directly, and I can sell to friends?
I haven't seen your address on the list of distributors at any meetings recently, but I'll take a look next time, and maybe I've just overlooked it.
I'll have to fire my assistant. Yeah. This is an outrage, sir.
I do want to say that
right now Minnesota is the furthest east that we go. Which I know probably doesn't seem that far east for people who live east of there. Sure. But we're right now we're kind of looking into filling in the Rocky Mountain region. You know, we really we see ourselves as a regional brewery. You know, we're not a national brewery. We really think that, you know, we do 80% of our business in Colorado.
Okay.
You know, it's very much rooted in where we come from, and so it's really important to us to fill in the gaps around, you know, us before we start, you know, leapfrogging to other states. And that's not to say, you know, they would never come, but, you know, one of the things we really value at Odell is growth driven by quality, not by volume.
Sure.
And so you're not going to see Odell making headlines going, oh, we grew 600% this year, we grew 150%. You know, we were founded on our 3 owners are all family. I mean, it's a husband, wife, and a sister, and they're still our board essentially. And you know, they believe in that slow, sustainable growth, and it's going to keep us in the game for a long time, and it's going to allow us to focus on quality.
Well, you know, I guess the problem would be if you grow too big, then you can't distribute, and then you would have to pull yourselves out of
almost like what's happening with Dogfish right now.
Yeah, Dogfish. I was just out visiting their brewery and talking with Flores and John.
Right.
It's like the engineer, and Flores is the brewmaster. And you know, the struggles they're going with having to pull out of some of these very close markets. You know.
Yeah, well, in their backyard as well. Like Rhode Island, I think was one of them, and
Pennsylvania, right?
Yeah.
I know Tennessee. I'm not sure about Pennsylvania. But yeah, it could be.
So it's kind of a shame. We just got Port Brewing out here, Lost Abbey Port Brewing, and
Yep.
we got a chance to talk to Tommy Arthur, and we asked him, that's a big jump from San Diego to Georgia. And he was like, you know what, man, we leapfrogged the markets for a reason because, we saw some value out here in the South. There's some breweries coming up like Sweetwater and Red Brick Brewing and Terrapin, and they're doing some cool stuff. But people are obviously, it sounds kind of cliche, they're thirsty for really good beer.
Yeah,
And,
sure.
I think we have a tremendous amount of influence. No, crickets.
We like to tell ourselves that. I don't know.
I like drinking with you guys, so you guys, you're good company right now.
You've just made our soundbite. There you go. That's going to be the intro
like
for our
drinking
show.
you guys.
We like drinking you guys. And selfishly, I would love to have this beer in my rotation on a regular basis. As far as this IPA goes, it's fantastic. You do get the piney, you do get the hops, and then you do taste that citrus right off the bat, but none of it, once again, like the Shilling, none of it is like punch you in the face, overpowering. Right. It's just good, to put a simplistic term to it.
Yeah, I was thinking that myself. A lot of these IPAs, I personally, and I don't know if Brian told you, I'm kind of new to craft beer. I was never a beer guy until I was really hanging out with him. But a lot of IPAs I find are just hoppy for the sake of hoppy, and they have no other redeeming qualities except to burn your taste buds off. But
we have 600 IBUs.
Yeah, exactly. I like.
That's fine.
I like an IPA like this with a nice balance. I mean, there's a lot of that bitterness there. I mean, obviously being true to its style, but there's a lot more going on, a lot more flavor. It's very full in flavor, not just hop bitterness. So it's very tasty.